Hey, I'm Nathan with Blue Oak. Today I'm going to show how to do a butterfly coil for your rope management. Now, if you have a rope that's 100 feet or less in length, you can do this with a single strand. But if you have more than 100 feet of rope to manage, I would recommend you double strand it so that it's just a lot more efficient that way. So I've got like 196 feet here. It's a 60-meter rope. And I am going to do the double strand with this butterfly coil. All right, it's the same technique. It's just with two strands or a single strand. With the longer ropes, you do have this extra step of having to find the middle first. So we're going to find the middle first of this rope by taking our two ends. We find both of our ends, and we put them together. And we're just going to kind of hold them and milk down the rope and keep this on a tarp so it doesn't get dirty. Just kind of keep them the same length as you keep milking down that rope. Okay, we're going to do this until we find the middle. Okay, just kind of wiggle it out. If you get any bunching, don't let them get uneven on you. If you get any bunching or slip knots or whatever, just kind of pull those out. All right, right here, we found the middle. Now, we're going to put our thumb in the middle there. And we're going to spread out our wingspan like this. So I've got my thumb and pointer finger holding the two strands here, and my thumb holding the middle right here. And I've stretched it out across my chest, and then I flip it over my neck, and it's draping across my shoulders, and I bring my arm straight down again, and I capture now this side with my thumb. And I pull out, and I flip it over my head again. Okay? Then I'm going to bring my arms down again, and I capture it with this thumb now. So I'm just alternating my thumbs, and I flip it over. It's important to keep your arms kind of the same length throughout this, and kind of just shrug your shoulders if you need to keep it in the same spot on the back of your neck. Eventually, your hands will start to get full of these strands, and you can let them go and just kind of keep going where you left off. But if you do that, try to keep these coils the same length with your new, with your new set of coils. Anyways, we're going to keep going here. The technique is very simple. You're just kind of switching it back and forth between your hands, okay? And you're going to keep doing that, and you want to keep them the same length on the back of your shoulders. Don't let them roll down your shoulders. It'll make your coils sloppy. All right? Once you get the technique down, you can actually do this pretty fast. And like I said, my hands are pretty full of rope right now, so I can just kind of start that process over if I wanted to. Okay? Now, you don't want to go all the way to the end, because you need to have enough rope to start wrapping your coils. So the next phase here, once you've gotten down to, say, I don't know, about this far, you want to kind of lean forward and take your strands and just wrap the bottom half of your coils and dress these wraps up so that they're nice and clean. They shouldn't be twisting over each other. They should be nice and clean. Okay? Keep them tight and just kind of keep laying each wrap on top of the last one nice and neat. Once you've done that a few times, before you wrap yourself in to catch your head in this, I like to take a hand and go through all these coils and just kind of keep them all on my arm, and then I drape it on my leg, and using my arm to kind of twist it over and over again, I'm able to keep laying down a few more of these wraps, and they're nice and dressed properly. Once I get to about here, I'm going to reach with my hand and grab a bite of these strands and pull it through all the coils, and then I'm going to girth hitch it. Okay? Now, if you do this really well, then these will be the same length, roughly, within inches. You can see that mine didn't turn out as good, but that's okay. For the purposes of just storing a rope, it doesn't matter. that girth hitch right there, tie a knot on top of that, like a slip knot or whatever, just to keep it from backing off that girth hitch. You can tie an overhand knot on a bite with the strands here, and then you can hang it on a hook. You know, lots of different things you could do there. I'm going to show now one more cool trick with this butterfly coil, but in order to do this, you have to have a little bit more rope to work with. So I'm going to actually take off a few of these wraps. So everything's the same pretty much, except I'm taking off a few of these wraps to give myself some more rope to play with here. Now I'm going to make that bite again through all the coils. Okay, make a bite and kind of girth hitch all the coils together there. Now I'm going to take it and go over my back. I'm going to take these longer strands and crisscross behind me. Okay? You can do that a couple times if you want to. And then I'm just going to tie a square knot right here. That was not a square knot. I apologize. There we go. That's a square knot with another back up there. And now I've made a backpack out of my butterfly coil. Now I can like easily walk with the 60 meters of rope to the cliff or wherever I'm going. So that's making it into a backpack. You just need to stop doing your coils a little bit sooner, or your wraps, so that you have enough rope to work with here. Okay? But yeah, for purposes of just hanging this up in your shop to dry, or keep it stowed nice and neatly, or putting it in a rucksack or whatever. And I like to make like a overhand knot on a bite, and then I can just kind of drape that over a hook, and keeps the rope nice and well managed.